So in today's episode of Madden 24, I'm going to be rebuilding the worst overall team in Madden. That would be the Arizona Cardinals. And according to Madden, for some reason, I even turned on pre-existing injury. Kyler Murray is not injured because EA can never make a correct game. He probably won't be back till December, so I'm going to completely bench Kyler Murray until week 8 of this season. I know December classifies as like week 12, but for right now, Joshua Dobbs is going to be our starter. He's actually not a bad backup in real life. James Conner, I plan to move on from. Hollywood Brown, I like, of course, as a Ravens fan. Rondale Moore, I believe, no, he's not wearing 0. Zach Pascal is wearing 0. I don't know why that just popped up in my head. Paris Johnson Jr., great pickup in the draft. I feel like you didn't necessarily need to trade back up in the draft for him. I know he would have got off the board, but you could have got Broderick Jones or someone else as well without having to trade back up after trading back. But you still get 2 first-round picks because the Texans gave up their first-round pick with you. But anyways, for the rest of the team, Zach Ertz, I'm going to start Trey McBride over Zach Ertz just because Trey McBride is younger and this is a rebuild, of course. And of course, this team is going to suck in year 1, so we're going to have to deal with that. Defensively, D-line, terrible. BJ Ojulari on the outside. Do I really want him there? I don't want him playing left outside linebacker, even though he's starting at right outside linebacker. I'm going to play him at left end here just because I need a defensive end for my 4-3 scheme, even though he does classify as an outside linebacker. So I'm going to move him there. Jalen Thompson and Budda Baker. Man, I can't believe they traded away. I don't know why I blanked just there for a second, but I can't believe they traded away Isaiah Simmons for a 7th round pick. Like, yeah, you moved him to a 2nd string strong safety, and then you were mad that he didn't develop the way you wanted to. Maybe you should have moved him to a position like middle linebacker, where Zaven Collins has been average at best. Special teams, though, BJ Ojulari, not special teams specialist. BJ Ojulari, Zaven Collins, Kaiser White, I think was a great pickup. Zach Pascal in the slot. Yeah, this team sucks a lot. Again, going to move Kyler Murray all the way down. Joshua Dobbs is going to be the starter like in real life. Kyler Murray could potentially miss the whole season, but I'm going to play him all the way up until week 10. So anyways, let's move in to the midseason mark. Here we are at the midseason mark as we somehow have 1 win. I don't know how that's humanly possible with how atrociously bad this team is. I'm actually going to simulate to week 10 now that we are here just because I want Kyler Murray starting again, even though our team will still be... We somehow beat the Ravens. Okay, it won't tell us why we beat them or how much we beat them by, but we somehow beat them. Doesn't make any sense. They were 6-1 as well, and we're down to 2-7 at week 10. I'm going to adjust the roster here so that way Kyler Murray can start, of course. We're going to have that starting instead now that he's back off of IR. We don't know when he's going to be back in real life, but I'm just going to play it until week 10 and see how that goes. But let's see what we got for the players ready to negotiate. I'm going to keep the auto-generated rookies. Marquise Brown, I want you back for the entire rebuild. You're my wide receiver 1 right now. Greg Dortch, I don't want. Rashad Fenton, I don't need. Everyone else here is just straight garbage. Zaven Collins, I'll accept his 5th-year option because he doesn't really want to play with this terrible team. I wouldn't either. But anyways, guys, let's move in to the playoffs. Here we are in the playoffs, somehow beating out the Rams, who went 5-12 and we went 6-11. I did not want that. I wanted the number 1 overall pick. I'm not going to replace Kyler Murray because we're still using auto-generated rookies. Looks like Joshua Dobbs did terrible. 32nd best offense, 26th best defense. Man, just a rough season for both players. Looks like Kyler Murray did a lot more than Joshua Dobbs in less amount of time, I guess. I mean, attempts, yeah, similar attempts, but he still did a lot better. So, of course he would. He's Kyler Murray over Joshua Dobbs. James Conner, terrible, other than the 8 touchdowns. Rondale Moore, receiving core just didn't do good. Not blocking. Defensively, Kaiser White, 106 tackles. Tackles for a loss, 18 for BJ Ojulari, and 7 sacks is a great rookie year for him. Sacks, 7 for BJ Ojulari. Interceptions, 4 for Marco Wilson. Safeties, 0. Defensive touchdowns is 0. So anyways, guys, apart from that, it is now time to move into the offseason, hopefully improve this garbage team. Here we are in the 2023 season recap, and of course, the Cowboys beat the Ravens. I love it when the Cowboys are just so good in simulation, yet they're garbage in real life. Why is Dak Prescott an X Factor? Is he an X Factor? He shouldn't even be a superstar. He should be like star development at best. Micah Parsons wins the Super Bowl MVP, Joe Burrow wins the league MVP, and BJ Ojulari wins Defensive Rookie of the Year. Okay, that's great. Great news to see that BJ Ojulari won Defensive Rookie of the Year because now he could potentially have Superstar Dev. He definitely didn't come with Superstar Dev. Offensively, Paris Johnson Jr. only has Star Dev. I would expect him to have Superstar. Maybe the other offensive lineman, I forgot who it was, the one on the Titans. Yeah, I forgot his name. You guys know what I'm talking about. The offensive lineman that got drafted to the Titans probably has the superstar dev out of all the linemen. BJ Ojolari gets superstar dev, which is huge for us. But we have 1 star player, 2 superstars on defense, then everyone else is normal dev. Let's get to the re-signings. Actually, before we do that, let's look at the retirements. I almost completely forgot to do that. Let's go to the NFC West. I'm blanking so hard today. A lot of players retire. Matt Prater retires on the Arizona Cardinals after this terrible season. But let's move to the re-signings. For the re-signings, Zaven Collins' 5th-year option is something I'm going to accept. Everyone else here, total garbage. I'm not even going to bother looking at anyone else. I didn't sign or trade anyone. So let's see what we got for free agency. After free agency, I got Austin Eckler, which is a huge addition to our offense, and getting Robert Hunt for our offensive line with Kyler Murray. Those are both great players. Kind of overpaid for them, but we have a lot of money because with the Cardinals. So let's move into the draft. In the first round, I'm picking up wide receiver Deion Kramer out of Ohio State. 6'4", 233, monstrous size, hidden dev, A short route, A catch in traffic, B medium route, B stamina, and B catching. He looks great. And with my other first round pick that I got from the Texans, getting edge rusher Theo Holt out of Texas, power rusher 6'4", 270, great athleticism for his size, hidden dev, A power moves, B block shedding, B hit power, B play rec, B tackle. He looks great. He's going to play right end. In the third round, I'm picking up left guard Jawara McPhee, I believe is how you say it, out of Ohio State, the teammate of the wide receiver, 6'4", 319, 92 strength. As a rookie, is crazy, hidden dev with great attributes. And with my other third round pick that I got from the Texans, Miles Carson out of Florida State, not very athletic, but 83 strength, 6'5", almost 300 pounds, hidden dev, solid overall awareness, I would say. I mean, he has A awareness, B pass block, but for a third round pick, still another great player as our offensive line is complete now. Now, this is the team after the draft. Kramer is already a 76 overall, which is actually really, really good. I don't want Robert Hunt playing there. Can I just move Will Hernandez or just trade him? Did he get a contract? I don't know. I don't want Will Hernandez on the team anymore just because I already have a replacement for Will Hernandez, and that is Robert Hunt. Does anyone need a guard? What is this? Yeah, the Chargers want a left guard. He's a right guard. Give me your 4th round pick for Will Hernandez. Does that sound good? No, I guess that doesn't work because, I mean, I think the Commanders would like one. Maybe a right guard. 4th round pick for Will Hernandez. Not even. Okay. It's really hard to trade this year in Madden, apparently. Will Hernandez for a 5th. Dude, just take Will Hernandez. I don't want him on my team anymore. There you go. You happy now? God, took forever. Anyways, now we got it sorted out. That's what I wanted with the offensive line, as it just needs to develop, but it is complete now. Trey McBride, of course, is going to start again. Kramer's 76. That's great to see. Defensively, what do we got? Holtz, I want to move down to right end. Our defensive tackle group doesn't look good. I picked one up in the second round, but he unfortunately only had normal dev, but he is a 73 overall, so I guess that's good. Holtz is going to move down to right end. I'm going to have to adjust everything again, probably. Yeah, we're going to do that. Yeah, I picked up Meeks, KJ Meeks in the second round. Normal dev, but 73 isn't a bad overall for a rookie. But overall specialist, Holt is going to play there. Meeks. Got a lot of young guys on this team, of course. Defensively, offensively, we're going to move Kramer to wide receiver 2. He's also going to be playing the slot, apparently. I guess that's fine. And everything else here looks pretty good. Austin Eckler is a huge addition to the team. But anyways, guys, apart from that, hopefully we can do better this season. Let's move into the midseason mark. Here we are at the midseason mark because we are 5-2, top the division. Not very a contested division, but it's fine. Breakout defensive lineman here. John Grant, defensive coordinator. Okay, can I see whose player I'm supposed to be looking at? What? Who was that? John Grant, my defensive... I didn't even read who it was. All right, apparently we have a defensive lineman breakout. Choose draft class. It's already just going to be auto-generated rookies. Scouting national focus. Do I go to linebacker? We really do need linebacker. Actually, no, DB is so desperate. We are so desperate for DBs. Now that I think about it, I'm surprised we've gotten this far. And also DB is the top of the strength of the class. Top of the strength of class doesn't make sense. You know what I mean? It's at the top of the board for the strength of the class. Buda Baker doesn't like the scheme fit. I'm not changing it because we're 5-2. So give him big money like you wanted in real life. Rondale Moore, he's 24. Not a bad receiver, 82 overall. He resigns on the team, and I don't have to pay Kramer. Marco Wilson, how cheap is your contract? That's stupid cheap. I'll do 2 years with Marco Wilson. He's our top DB right now. As of right now, I'll get rid of him later. Don't need Joshua Dobbs. Zach Ertz, I don't want. I already have Trey McBride, who's younger than him and has star dev. But anyways, guys, let's see what we got for the breakout challenge for whoever it was. I don't know who it was. It wouldn't tell me, but let's see what we got here. Did we win? We were 5-2 at the midseason mark, so I think we lost, which I think means I called it, didn't I? Theo Holt. Okay. Theo Holt goes up to Superstar Dev. He started out with Star Dev. Great pickup. Both of our defensive ends now are superstars. That's great to see. Anyways, let's move in to the playoffs. Here we are, somehow making the playoffs, 10-7, second division. Why can't I see my previous win or loss from the previous week? It just says 2024 NFL Draft. It said that since the beginning of the year. EA has made once again another game, but I've noticed that whenever I click next week in this stuff, it responds a lot faster to my controller, so I guess that's the price I have to pay if I want a faster game. Or, you pay $70 and you get the same dog shit every year, but that's EA for you. Anyways, I'm going to try to hold back on the cussing, my bad. But Seahawks, 10-7, top of the division, so they're going to take the home field advantage, if you want to call it that. Kyler Murray, honestly not pretty solid compared to the rest of the league. 20th best offense, 16th best defense. Okay, 3,700 yards needs to go up, but 33 touchdowns to 9 receptions is actually a pretty good ratio. Almost 100 passer rating. Austin Eckler, 9 touchdowns, 4.4 per carry, 1,200 yards, great. Marquise Brown, 950 yards, 8 touchdowns. Looking at it defensively, Zaven Collins, 126 tackles for a loss, 19 for Theo Holt, the rookie, and sacks, 16 for BJ Ojolari, 12.5 for Theo Holt. BJ Ojolari is going to go up to X Factor for that. Interceptions, 5 for Kaiser White. Safeties on team, 0. Defensive touchdowns is 0. Great years for our defensive ends. I'm glad we got that edge rusher position fixed immediately. But let's see what we got against the 8-9 Detroit Lions to see if we can move on to the divisional round in our second year. We do not. I can't even see the score because EA is so flawless at making games. Let's move into the offseason. And once again, the Cowboys win the Super Bowl. Yeah, you said this is the most realistic simulation. Definitely not. DeMarcus Lawrence, the other defensive end, wins the Super Bowl MVP this time. Joe Burrow wins the league MVP back-to-back years. Theo Holt wins Defensive Rookie of the Year. So that could potentially mean X Factor off the rip for Theo Holt. That would be crazy if he got that. See the team upgrades here. Offensively, Kramer comes with Superstar Dev. Did he come with that or did he earn it? Let me see. Progression history. He came with that. W pick by me, man. W pick for sure. Rondale Moore. I mean, the offense is set. We just need our O-line to develop and maybe our receivers to develop. I'm fine with Rondale Moore being my slot. Like, literally, we just need this team to develop. Zach Ertz gets star dev. How old is Trey McBride? He's 25. Yeah, I'm going to move on from Zach Ertz completely. Defensively, Theo Holt gets X Factor. I'm giving BJ Ojolari X Factor. If you want to cry in the comments, you can. Dude literally had Defensive Rookie of the Year and then comes back the next year, gets 13 tackles for a loss and then 16 sacks, while Theo Holt had 12.5 sacks, but he did that as a rookie. BJ Ojolari deserves X Factor. Marco Wilson, who we signed earlier, has star dev now. And is this Greedy Williams? Garrett Williams out of Syracuse has star dev as well. So it looks like, and they're both young as well. So that's great for our defense. Maybe linebacker or defensive line is a better position to need. But overall, we just need the team to develop. We have a very youthful group around us. But anyways, let's move in to the retirements, not the re-signings. I keep forgetting about this tab that they moved. NFC West, nobody retires. Very young team other than Zach Ertz, or who we are about to get rid of. But let's move into the re-signings. Here we are with the re-signings. I don't want to re-sign Kaiser White because in Madden, he has normal dev. He's 29, doesn't even want to play with us. Zach Ertz, I don't want either. $74 million to spend in free agency. Pretty sure Kyler Murray is already on a contract, but still, that's a lot of money. Let's move into it. After free agency, I got DJ Reader, who is the only real player who wanted to sign with us and was actually good with a position of need. Nick Chubb was there, but of course, I already had Austin Eckler. So anyways, let's move into the draft. In the first round, I'm picking up defensive back Melvin Cloud out of Georgia. 94 speed, 91 acceleration, 6 foot, 203, hidden dev. Solid stats across the board. He will fit in well with the rest of the DBs. In the second round, I'm picking up middle linebacker Darius Overstreet out of Ohio State. 6'2", 236, 86 speed, 83 acceleration, hidden dev, B's across the board. He looks great. He's going to play outside linebacker for us. And in the fourth round, I'm picking up defensive tackle Keegan Fitzsimmons. I am hitting all day with these picks. 6'5", 270, a little bit undersized for a defensive tackle. Still hidden dev, 81 strength, 82 agility, 84 acceleration. A finesse moves is why I picked him. He looks pretty good for a fourth round pick. Now this is the team after the draft. Looks like the AI picked up this guy named Randolph, I guess, because I didn't draft him. But sure, he can play out as our fullback. And the AI picked up a superstar receiver named Henderson. That's sick to see. He's going to start over this Wilson guy. Rondale Moore is still going to be my slot for sure. Henderson could play the slot here. That would be interesting. Defensively, I'm going to put Overstreet as my... Do I put him as left outside linebacker or right outside? I'll put him as right outside linebacker for now, and we should be good from there. He's wearing Isaiah Simmons' number 9. Defensively, Overstreet needs to start, please. I guess not. So we're going to put Overstreet there. McDougal, I picked him up in the 3rd round. His 72 overall normal def is fine. Fitzsimmons, he's a 65, so I'll leave him at 3rd string. McLeod, I'm going to start him right away. He's already a 76, which is great. D-line looks great. Again, it's just about developing these young guys, which is the hardest part in Madden. If you start out with better guys, of course, they're going to have better years. Rondale Moore, I guess, can be my receiver too, since Kramer is in the slot. Making sure we got that. I'll put Fitzsimmons at 2nd string rush defensive tackle since he is a little bit lighter. And I want Overstreet to get rookie of the year potentially, so I'll put him at the starting sub linebacker. McLeod, sure, give him more reps at the slot too, even though he is DB1. But other than that, the team is shaping up very, very nicely. Again, it's just a development problem in Madden. Some players will win MVP and the AI will be like, here's 2 XP points. And whenever they should realistically be like a 97 overall or higher. But let's move in to the midseason mark. Here we are at the midseason mark because we are 3-4, 3rd in the division. Why does the team suddenly suck? Always happens in Madden. You'll have one good year and then the next year your team just completely sucks for no reason. The AI won't ever tell you. But I'm going to do scouting national focus to middle linebacker, and then we're going to go into the player shade to negotiate and see what we have there. But what do we have for the weekly awards, actually? Apparently someone did really good last week. Zaven Collins, 10 tackles, 1 sack, gets you Defensive Rookie of the Year for the NFC. Wow. AFC must have been beating the living shit out of NFC that week. But Jalen Thompson, I need to pay him. He's young. He doesn't want to be here, but he does now that I gave him money. Zaven Collins, he's my starting middle linebacker. I need him back too. I'll pay them the extra money if I need to. Trey McBride, I'll give him a little bit more of a contract since he has a little bit of an interest here and he resigns. Cameron Thomas, don't need. DJ Humphries, I don't need you either. I can find someone else, I'm sure. Paris Johnson, I don't really know if I'm going to accept that 5th-year option yet because I don't know if I'm going to be doing a 5th year. But anyways, guys, apart from that, 3-4, rough year, playing the Saints. I want to see if we can beat the Saints before I make an adjustment. If we go to 3-5, this might be a bad news bears. We move to 4-4. Okay, that's a lot better. Anyways, let's move into the playoffs. Here we are in the playoffs, finishing 8-9, 3rd in the division. The Niners finish 8-9, but they do not make the playoffs. We finished with the 7th seed, barely slipping in here. Just kind of like how we barely slipped into your mom. But 8-9, good stuff, 3rd in the division. That's all I can really say. 8-9 isn't really good stuff, but you know what I mean. Kyler Murray, mid. 18th best offense, 15th best defense, doesn't really make sense. 4,000 yards, almost 29 touchdowns, 12 interceptions. I guess not a horrible ratio. Touchdowns definitely needs to increase. Interceptions was 30. It was 33-9 last season, so I guess he had a better season last year. But 101 passer rating. Austin Eckler, 12 touchdowns, 4.0 per carry, 1,100 yards. Marquise Brown, 1,100 yards, 10 touchdowns. Kramer with 10 touchdowns, 924 yards. And defensively, Zaven Collins, 137 tackles for a loss, 18 for BJ Ojolari, sacks 8 for BJ Ojolari, 6 for Theo Holtz. I don't know why they suddenly stopped, but interceptions 2 for Budda Baker, safeties on the team, 0 defensive touchdowns is 0. Our defense is way better than the AI thinks it is, and so is our offense. I guess Kyler Murray just isn't that good in simulation. Let's see if we can beat the 12-5 Falcons to move on to the divisional round. I doubt we do, and we do actually. Here to face the 13-4 Cowboys. I'm sure they're going to go to the Super Bowl and win it again, like they always do in simulation, and we lose. Wow, what a surprise. We lost the overpowered Cowboys. Who would have guessed? Let's move into the offseason. And wow, would you look at that. The Cowboys win 3 Super Bowls in a row. Oh man, I am so excited to buy the new Madden. Just make Dak like an 80 overall star dev. Why is he an 87 X Factor? Why is he a higher overall than Justin Herbert? He's borderline top 10. Tony Pollard wins Super Bowl MVP. Notice how everyone else is winning Super Bowl MVP except Dak? I am a D1 Dak hater. Joe Burrow, 3 league MVPs in a row. Sure. Okay, yeah, why not? No awards here for the Arizona Cardinals. We're going to see the retirements and then the player upgrades. Man, I love buying the same game every year. Just get Dak off the Cowboys, dude. It pisses me off how much they win in simulation whenever they don't win in real life. Oh, well, we have 5 Super Bowl wins. Yeah, name a Super Bowl win anytime from 2000 and above. You can't. Anyways, let's see what we got here. Any upgrades offensively? Really? Not one for Marquise Brown. Unfortunate. Defensively, Overstreet gets superstar dev. That's sick. Fitzsimmons has star dev. That's fine. Cloud only has star dev, I guess. 84 overall team isn't bad for sure. But with the team overall in terms of developments, I may do a 5th year just because I know this team will be good once it develops. But let's move into the re-sign players. For the players ready to negotiate, I'm going to accept Paris Johnson Jr.'s 5th year option just because I may play a 5th year. Cameron Thomas don't really want DJ Humphries. Everyone else here can walk. I'm going to let DJ Humphries walk, hit free agency, hopefully find a stud there and a new left tackle. After free agency, I got Joel Bitonio, who I moved from left guard to left tackle. Of course, he's going to be our new starting left tackle, as you can see. Stupid way to comment that. But anyways, Martin Emerson Jr., another young star development defensive back. Our DB depth is actually kind of crazy. But anyways, we just, again, need the team to develop. Let's move into the NFL draft. In the first round, I'm picking up middle linebacker Paul Harrison out of Notre Dame, 6'4", 245, 84 speed, 86 acceleration, hidden dev, amazing skills with A block shedding and A tackle. He's going to play left outside linebacker for us. In the second round, I'm picking up defensive tackle Tracy Brown. It's always great to have great run defense in depth in that run defense. 6'4", 319, 88 strength, hidden dev, 85 acceleration, A play rec, B awareness, B block shedding, B tackle. He looks great. And in the third round, I'm picking up another middle linebacker, Zach Reed out of Texas, 6'1", 250, 84 speed, 87 acceleration, hidden dev. I'm just a god at drafting. A block shedding, A hit power, B pursuit, B tackle. I know I'm glazing myself. I don't give a shit. I've been doing great today with my drafts. Here we are after the draft. 85 overall team is overall pretty good. Marquise Brown being an 86 kind of blows. I'm going to put Kramer at 1 just because of the superstar dev. Maybe he can develop for the next season if we play another season. Harrison, is that Zach Harrison? Where's the other guy that I drafted? The other middle linebacker, Reed. Harrison, I'm going to move. McDougal wasn't that bad. McDougal's also from Notre Dame, our current left outside linebacker. I'm going to move Harrison to left outside linebacker here, and Zach Reed is going to play the second string middle linebacker. And for a third round pick, being a 74 overall, was a pretty good pickup. Harrison moves to a 76. Looks like AI picked up this guy named Carmen. Brown, I'm going to move over Meeks just because of the development. The depth here with DJ Reader, Brown, Meeks, and Fitzsimmons is actually pretty good. Edge rushers, X factors, nothing else need to be said there. Emerson's now our top DB. Yeah, we got so much depth at DB here. And even with Buda Baker and Jalen Thompson is great as well. Again, a lot of young guys. The development is just the number one thing. Offensively, Kramer, move him back, and everyone else looks good. Specialist. If we don't get it this year, we'll definitely get it the next year. Meeks, I'm fine with him rushing, I guess, and everything else looks pretty good here. So anyways, guys, apart from that, I'd rather have Harrison at sub linebacker, but it is what it is. Let's move in to the fourth and possibly final season, and let's move into the playoffs. Here we are in the playoffs, going 8-9 and missing the playoffs. Thank you, EA, for your devoted dog shit of a game that you make every year. Stats and awards. Kyler Murray, probably his best season overall. Third best offense. How are we 27th in defense? How is that possible? God. 15 interceptions is terrible for Kyler Murray. Definitely not his best season. 98 passer rating. Austin Eckler, 15 touchdowns, 4.2 per carry, almost 1,300 yards. Kramer, 1,100 yards, 10 touchdowns. Should have started him a long time ago. Marquise Brown, only 4 touchdowns, but 1,000 yards. Zaven Collins, 127 tackles for a loss, 16 for Theo Holt, sacks, 9 for Theo Holt, 6 for Meeks, only 5 for BJ Ojulari. Wow, they really fell off after that season. 3 interceptions for Melvin Cloud, safety, 0 defensive touchdowns, 0. Dude, what a stupid game. Why are we the 27th defense? I have arguably the most depth with an 87 overall team, 87 overall defense. Why is our defensive rush game 28th? The amount of depth I have at defense is crazy, dude. This game sucks. Let's move into the offseason. Finally, the Cowboys are not in the Super Bowl, as the Bills win their first ever Super Bowl 31-24 against the Eagles. Josh Allen wins the Super Bowl MVP. Jalen Hurts wins the league MVP. No awards here for the Arizona Cardinals. Dude, I'm so frustrated with this game. Is it just my defensive playbooks? Usually they copy and paste the same game, so I know my playbooks usually work good every year because it's the same game every year. No Cardinals retired, but Aaron Donald retiring is actually huge for the Cardinals in this upcoming season. But I'm going to play another year. I'm pissed, dude. This game is so gay at times, bro. But anyways, any offensive upgrades? No, none, of course. But I'm going to change my defense to... what would be a good one? New York Jets? Let's try New York Jets. Let's see if that's goated in this game. Defensively, Overstreet's an X Factor. Harrison's a superstar. Reed's a star dev. That's still fine. Brown's a star dev. Wow, how is this defense 27th? Explain that to me. You can't. You can't explain it to me because it's not. Let's move into the re-sign players. So BJ Ojulari is here. He was a second-round pick. He doesn't get a fifth-year option. I'll just pay him very player-friendly. I don't want him not to re-sign. And then Theo Holtz, fifth-year option. I mean, I'm not going to be playing after the season. Dion Kramer, I'm not going to be playing after the season. Marco Wilson, do want back for another 2 years, I guess. Sure, another year would be just fine. Garrett Williams, I'll just have you as depth. I have the money. Why not? We're going to re-sign him. Anyone else here? Henderson, he has superstar dev, but I don't use him. So if he doesn't want to be here, he can just leave. That's fine. DJ Reader, he's not bad. I'll keep him if he wants to, and he resigns. Anyone else here that I want? No, don't think so. That's fine. I'm going to move into free agency, see if there's a stud. If there isn't, I'll just move into the draft. In the first round, yes, I'm picking up a depth halfback because our team is so stacked that I don't need anything else. He has a ball carrier vision, a pass block, a stiff arm, a break tackle, power back. He's going to pair with Austin Eckler. In the second round, I'm picking up strong safety Derek Winter because apparently our defense was ranked 27th. He looks great across the board. I'm just picking up best player available here because, again, the team is completely fine how it is. The AI just won't let me win. Now, this is the team moving into the fourth and final season, and I swear to God, if I lose out again, I am going to be livid, all right? I'm going to be pissed. Callaway is already an 80 overall with the boost, so I guess he's a 76 overall to start off, but he looks sick. The team looks sick. Like, I don't know what more you want from me, bro. Like, this team looks absolutely stacked on every level. Like, man, other than maybe the development back here on the linebacking core, Zaven Collins is an X Factor, which I didn't even notice that. I guess it went right over my head. Specialist. Yeah, Callaway's a power back for us too. There's absolutely no reason why we should be losing here. Absolutely no reason. I will be livid if we lose and miss the playoffs or even lose in the wild card. I'm going to be pissed. So let's move in to the playoffs for the fifth and final season. Here we are in the playoffs, 13-4, top of the division. Finally, offensive points per game first, offensive passing game first, rushing game 20th. I guess it's because we're in the Buffalo playbook, but I'm still in a multiple zone run scheme. Why is my defense 22nd? God, I hate how playbooks matter more than your actual team. It's so stupid. Kyler Murray, MVP year after having such dog shit year last year. League MVP, best offense in the NFL. Finally, defensively, doesn't make sense. Okay, 5,000 yards, 45 touchdowns to 4 interceptions, 125 pass rating. Where has this been? Okay, Austin Eckler, almost 300 attempts, 1111 yards, but only 3.7 per carry is not that good. 12 touchdowns. Kyler Murray, 4.1 per carry. Callaway, 8 touchdowns as a rookie isn't nice, but 3.2 per carry isn't that great. Kramer, 1,300 yards, 9 touchdowns. Marquise Brown, 5 touchdowns, almost 1,200 yards. Rondale Moore, almost 1,100 yards, 14 touchdowns. That's arguably the best on the team if you include the touchdowns. Trey McBride with 10 touchdowns. Looking at it defensively, Zaven Collins, 114 tackles for a loss, 15 for Theo Holt, sacks, 10 for KJ Meeks, 7 for BJ Ojulari, only 4 for Theo Holtz. Wow, these guys really fell off after a year or two. Interceptions, 3 for Melvin McLeod, not Kevin. I was about to say Kevin, but safeties, 0 defensive touchdowns, 0. Really, I've never had any safeties or defensive touchdowns throughout the entirety of this rebuild, which is a little bit weird, but 13-4, first round bye, 88 overall team. I'm going to play the divisional round because we haven't even made it. Well, we have made it, but we've never won the divisional round yet. I'm not going to lose the 8-9 Packers here after I built a team for 5 years, so let's move into it. Here we are against the Packers. We start out 7-0, good stuff, and they also had the ball first. They got a safety, apparently. Okay, I guess they get that in the playoff game, but I can't get that all season for 4 years. 17-16, 23-17, 23-17 at halftime, 24-23, 31-23, 31-31, 38-31. Defense is doing a terrible job, kind of like how they are as they are 22nd in the league. But let's see what we got here. Red zone alert. Just hold on to the ball. Big field goal kick. 44-38. 4th down alert. They're going to not get it. And we are going to be barely moving on to the conference championship. And we are here to face, of course, the Cowboys. Man, I'm so excited. I'm going to change my defensive playbook considering how trash my defense just played in the last game. The Jets playbook obviously isn't working that well. New England runs a 3-4. I know the Giants playbook is good for 3-4. I don't like running 3-4s. Houston's not good. Tennessee, Minnesota, San Francisco. Maybe San Francisco will not be bad. I know in simulation and my past simulations, San Francisco has not been good, but evidently Kansas City defense this year is absolute garbage. But let's see what we got here against the Dallas Cowboys to see if we can move on to the Super Bowl. Here we are against the Cowboys, and it looks like that defensive playbook isn't so good off the rip, but 14-7, we have the lead right now. They're going to tie it right back up, 14-14, and then they're going to take the lead, 21-14. 21-14 at halftime. 21-21 now. Good stuff. Come on, offense. 28-21. Offense is just going to have to carry us because for some reason the defense always sucks. 35-35 in overtime. Key moments. We haven't got the ball yet. Overtime. We got the ball now. 3rd down alert. I'm not going to lose to the Cowboys in the conference championship, especially after playing a 5th year. I'm going to go to my cheese play. Everyone knows what that is. It's tight end attack. Everyone loves it. Triple tight end set is overpowered as crap in Madden. I'm just going to take a check down here to Austin Eckler. Easy 1st down. We'll take that. I don't really care if it's considered cheesy. I want to win the game, and I'll do what it takes. So 3rd down alert again. I don't even need to worry about 3rd down. Just pin the game. End the game. Why does it keep telling me to do it? No, just end the game. Special teams. Field goal is going to be iced, and it is up, and it is on the way and good. 38-35 as we are going to beat the Cowboys and move on to the Super Bowl. I am not going to lose to the Cowboys, especially after playing this 5th year. How is Dak almost 90% completion percentage? That's ridiculous. And apparently I just got an MVP achievement for Xbox. Okay, but we are here to face the Super Bowl champions of last year, the 12-5 Buffalo Bills. We're going to see the team upgrades because that usually happens at the Super Bowl week. No, I'm not going to accept this. You win the league MVP, you get X Factor. It's that simple. Tell me an X Factor. Tell me someone who's won a league MVP in Madden and didn't get an X Factor. Tell me that. You can't. Exactly. Kyler Murray's getting X Factor. But let's see what we got for the rest of the team. Kramer had a baller-ass season, bro. I don't know what you're talking about. I mean, 9 touchdowns, I guess. Still, 1,300 yards is great. I guess not. I guess not an X Factor worthy, but superstar worthy, but he already has that. Anyone else here for a dev up? Nope. Anyways, we're going to be facing the Buffalo Bills. If we come all this way just to lose, I'm going to be very, very, very sad. But anyways, if I lose the Bills, I wouldn't be too upset. They're the Bills. Here we are in the Super Bowl. 3-0 start for the Bills. 7-3 now at the end of the first quarter. Come on, offense. I have a league MVP. Why are we constantly punting the ball? Come on. 14-10, 14-13, 17-13. Why are we settling for field goals here? This is the Super Bowl. Come on. Gotta keep going. Why? Okay, I thought we just punted there. 20-20. Late in this game here. Red zone alert. End of game drive. They're gonna score a touchdown. Will the Bills score a touchdown in return? They will not. 27-20 as the Arizona Cardinals win their first ever Super Bowl in that whiteout drip. I'm not gonna lie. I don't like the new basic red jerseys, but these white jerseys are pretty drip. I'm not gonna lie. These things look crazy. But anyways, guys, we're gonna see who the Super Bowl MVP is, and I'm gonna end out this video after 5 long years of rebuilding and seeing the Cowboys over and over and over again. They literally won 3 of the 5 years that we were in the rebuild phase. It was ridiculously stupid, but we're gonna see again who the Super Bowl MVP is. Maybe it's Kyler Murray. 27-20. Surprisingly, our defense held up well there, so maybe the defensive playbook was a good switch. But let's see what we got here. Kyler Murray wins the Super Bowl MVP and the league MVP and the offensive player of the year. I don't know how that works. But anyways, guys, thank you guys all once again for watching. Let me know which team you want me to rebuild down below is what I meant to say. Apart from that, guys, I'll see you guys all in the next one.